Hi Aqua, Sondra from For Your Chi, here to do your monthly tarot and oracle card reading for July of 2023. Thanks for being here with me. Well, I've changed up a couple of things this month. The first item, order of business, is we're using Wisdom of the Avalon for the oracle messages today. I also changed out the tarot deck to go back to the Morgan Greer to see who's coming in for you in your 7th house of relationships, primary partnerships, and business partners, because no offense, the Aquarius card was coming out in every single reading in the old deck, and guess what's happening here? The same thing. I just wanted to know that the readings were as accurate as they can be, and it was confirmed by the Aquarius. A sword, at the very least, a sword card coming out in every single reading so far. You're number 8, so I'm almost done. Home stretch. Okay, let's dig into your reading, your first house, where you're at the first couple days of July. Suffering in silence. Okay, you need help, but you're not asking for it. In the first, you are overwhelmed. Some of you may be feeling exhausted. Now, the goblin is here in your first house to talk about ego. The wounded human ego, it says, number 31. So let's discuss that. Is this your ego? You say no. It's not yours. It's someone else. Perhaps it's your partner. Perhaps it's someone you live with. But let's look at it this way. If you're not asking for help, but you need help, is it because your ego is so prideful that it won't allow you to speak up? That is the realization that I want you to not necessarily acknowledge, because if it's not true for you, it's not true for you. But ponder, ask the question, and answer it honestly. Now, it might be that someone else's ego is flaring up, and that is what is leaving you suffering in silence. And if that's the case, then I would suggest a sincere heart-to-heart conversation where you both set those egos aside to the extent that you are both able to do so. Your 12th house, or excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. 2nd house. Triumph. This is the Knight of Swords in traditional tarot. It rules your money, your stuff. 2nd house. Fast action is needed here. Some of you, the 2nd and the 4th house will relate to each other. I'm going to explain that in just a moment. But swift, fast action. You will need to pay attention to monetary money transaction details. Go double check your receipts at the store. When you're checking out, make sure the items are scanning their proper price. Make sure your charges are going through proper price. Scrutinize your bank account statements, your credit card statements, and even your mortgage and insurance statements this month. I have some other things to go over in a fine-tooth comb, but that's for the money. What else here? You may need to move money. You may need to switch banks, move money from different accounts. You may need to take money out. You may need to move an investment. You may need to move the money that's inside an investment somewhere else. It's going to vary for each one of you. But if you've been thinking about doing this and you haven't done it yet, this is your confirmation to do that. This is also a confirmation that something could happen suddenly that causes you to need to take swift action. And if that is the case, don't second guess it. It needs to happen. What you're trying to avoid as you should, is restriction. Now, this could be that one of you has a problem with your financial institution may have a problem. Some of them are. So if you catch wind of it and you know that you're going to need some funds or need to spend some money on XYZ or you need to pay some bills, it would be advisable to pay them early if you can do that. Okay? Just get all your ducks in a row. Your third house, brother, sister, emotional, withdraw. I almost said loss. Emotional withdrawal. They are interesting. They are withdrawing from their social circle, who they currently hang out with, spending some time alone. See the two and the Oracle message is protection. So, but they're contemplating things here, and they need to. They need to spend time alone out in nature. The two pictures are sort of similar here. They are protected as they do so they shouldn't worry. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Your fourth house of home. You have financial challenge. This is change, but this means financial challenge in your home. You also pulled the Queen, which is obviously female, but talks about feminine power, fertility, sexuality, etc. You could live with a female that is causing your utility bills to go up. I swear to you, I've never given a message like this before. So you're going to want to, now this is like the first, well, at least where we live, the first month of summer where the kids are out of school, right? So if the kids are home more, obviously your utility bills are going to go up. Okay, so that's a no-brainer, Sondra. But, they could be doing things to an excess that are just ridiculous. So if I were you, I would go through the rooms, make sure they're not leaving appliances that are, small appliances that are turned on all day, plugged in and turned on when it's not necessary to use them. I'm getting a vision of some kid that's messing with the thermostat, that's turning the AC down to like 60 because they think it's so hot in there. And then all of a sudden your electric bill is whatever, sky high. Now, to the extent that you can control that, please do. It's possible you cannot control it. If you have an old school thermostat and you're at work and they're a teenager at home, like I get that, but just, maybe you want to have a talk with them right now about things like this. Now, if you have one of those fancy high-tech thermostats, you can lock it and set it to a certain temperature. I have seen that before. For others of you, this could be that you have a unexpected expense related to your home that you weren't planning on. So, make sure that you're going through your home, double checking the plumbing, under the sink, that everything's tightened up and that you're not leaking water anywhere. You could, you want to check your toilets to make sure they're not constantly running to run up the water bill. Is there anything else? Give me just one moment. Let me just check in to see if there's anything else. Someone could have a small appliance, like you could have a child who lives with you, an older teenager type, or preteen who is plugging in small appliances and leaving them on, which is not good for many different reasons. It's a danger, but also can rack up the bill, like curling irons, hair straighteners, air purifiers. So just double, triple check that. Oh yeah, there's one other thing. I've been hearing this sporadically. You could have a homeowner's insurance that increases significantly, and so most of the mortgage providers have your homeowner's insurance that is tied into the payment, and so that would jack up your payment where you weren't paying that before. You weren't expecting it to go that high, so watch out for that. And make sure you're calling the insurance company to understand exactly why that's gone up to that price. It might be legitimate, but it might be not. They may have confused your address with the people across the street who have waterfront property, who are in a floodplain or something, but you're not, okay? Your fifth house, socialization and fun. Destiny. Destiny is the Wheel of Fortune in traditional tarot. This is a blessing in this house. Say yes. Go out with your friends. Have fun. Somebody may want you to go to a casino. If that is true for you, I would definitely go. Don't go crazy. Set aside a small amount that you can gamble with if you like that. But only if you like that and truly enjoy it. The Wind Fairy. Thoughts, intellect, words. A whole bunch of signs are getting this. You may like poetry. You may like going to concerts. You may like reading books. You actually may go out with another Aquarius. It could be a Libra or a Gemini too. Out on the town. It'll be a good time. Your sixth house, work and health. Awareness. You already know what to do, Aqua, but you haven't done it yet. This could be polishing up your resume. This could be applying for a new job. This could be revamping your health regimen. This could be going to a new or a different doctor. This could be making a doctor's appointment, for all I know. The Serpent. The Serpent is here to talk about health, healing, regeneration. But you have to do this part first in order to get here. Okay? It's no accident you pulled the Serpent. I mean, the Serpent is tied to the medical caduceus. Okay? If you've been considering saying to yourself you needed to make a medical appointment, but you haven't yet, please do it today. All right. Let's see who's around you in your seventh house of primary relationships before we go to the extended reading. Well, here's your other Aqua card here. Aqua, Gemini or Libra. We have the King of Cups here. This card trips me out because it looks like he's holding a wand in his hand, but it's not. It's a staff. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then, so here is the Rod card. The wands, the rod, whatever you want to call it. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you want to follow me in the extended, the link is below. We're going to be going over houses 7 through 12. Your primary relationships and partnerships and business partnerships, including romance, angel cards. Your 8th house of taxes, contracts, legal matters, the source of your significant other's income, if that applies. Your 9th house of your career, your travel and your school. Your 10th house of career and your mother. Your 11th house of your child or your best friend. And the 12th house, what's about to happen in 3 months from now in September. Many blessings to you, Aquas.